Well, good afternoon. I am here with Master Coach, my friend and brother, Abu. He's a mindset coach and a friend of mine. And today we just want to cover, I'm so excited actually that we can cover something together. I want you to cover and teach me a few things. I want you to teach me about the 3 steps to commitment.
All right, thank you so much. I love commitment because without commitment, you're lying to yourself. In fact, the best way to introduce this session is by the quote of Sharma. He says that when you are interested, you can do something here and there. But when you are committed, you never give excuse. You go and produce result. Now, first step to commitment is to decide if you want to commit yourself. You see, it's very easy to say, I will gonna do this, I will be there, but it says easy to say, but hard to do.
Yes.
Saying is easy, but when it comes to doing, that's where the missing link is. Number one, you have to decide what do you want to do. You want to produce result. The moment you make a decision, you flip your brain on a different frequency, and then for you to stay there, you start taking the second step, which is action. First, you decide what you want to do, and the second step is action. Because you can't say, but until you act, you will never be able to produce result. Now, maybe you've ever experienced something like that. You say you want to do something, and then you go and you forget.
Yes, many times they call it procrastination. And procrastination is a thief of time. Let me say something about commitment also as you go forth. When when you're having breakfast, there are 2 things that you could have. You could have an egg and you could have bacon. You know, the chicken was involved in laying the egg. But do you know what? That the pig died to produce bacon. Sometimes commitment and real serious commitment is like the pig. The pig dies to give us bacon. Let's talk about acting.
Wow, that's really powerful. I've never heard something like that. Every day is a learning day. You see, the moment you decide, the second step to take is to act. Without action is a delusion. That's what I can say. Now, for you to act, is very important to understand that our body takes action. Our body takes order from the mind. Now, everything starts from the mind. Now, once you accept an idea, number one, you have to fall in love with the idea. That's where passion comes in, or purpose. You see somebody says, this guy is very passionate about this particular idea.
Let's talk about, you just mentioned something that is so important. Falling in love with your idea. You know, one of the reasons that our ideas do not get funding, especially for business people, is because you have not fallen in love with your idea, that you have colored it so well to the extent that you get investors. Do you know, falling in love with your idea can cause you to have money, because you draw your business plan, you make it so beautiful to the extent other people are attracted to your idea. Go on.
Yeah, sure, that's true. I think emotion of love is truly one of the greatest emotion we have. When you are in love with something, I want you to think about if you've ever fallen in love with somebody. Okay, in terms of dating, how was the experience? How were you feeling? You want to chat with that person. You want to go them with at dinner. You want to you just want to be around. So now, how are you falling in love with your idea? Do you love your idea? Because that will cause you to act. The emotion of love, once you are affected with the emotion of love, you act immediately. Like, for example, let's say I will give you an example of a man and a woman. For example, even me, let's face it, it's life. Let's say when I like a lady, what will I do? First, I will feel great, and I get courage and go approach her and get her number. It's not gonna end there. I will have to text her, to ask her about her. I want to take her on a dinner. This principle of love also applies into our ideas. Once you have an idea, you have to fall in love with it.
Wow.
And you can react automatically.
You've talked about the issue of deciding. You've talked about the issue of acting. I want you to talk about the other principles that are involved. Things to do with discipline, creating a goal, and the process. Yes, and we call it a routine. Just shortly in the next few minutes.
Yeah, you see, the last step is discipline. You see, discipline is giving yourself a command and follow it. What do you do when no one is watching? I don't have to tell you what to do. That's why you know that I am disciplined. And without discipline, honestly speaking, you will do once, and then the next day, the passion fades away. So you have to commit to the journey, doing something over and over and over again until it becomes part of your personality, until it becomes automated. And now, how do you do that? Number one, you have to define your goal. What do you want? Maybe it may be a career, it may be a profession, it may be a business, it may be even a talent you want to develop.
Okay.
You have to fall in love with it and then commit to do it. Give yourself a command. I'm going to follow this until the very day I die. That's also will help you to really keeping up with the commitment. Number two, there is processes. Like I told you about going to get a number from a girl. You don't just go like without plans.
Like the girls.
Yeah, you have to plan and the right approach for you to be able to win her to your way of thinking. So you have to get processes. So for a goal or to keep a commitment, you have to develop routine. You see, routine creates mastery, and mastery produces habits. And once something is a habit, you do it without conscious awareness. You just act and produce result and result and result. That's what commitment can do.
Wow. I'm so impressed. And I thank God for you taking me through the 3 steps to commitment. And the 3 steps to commitment actually make my life better. And as you've said, I need to make a choice to decide that I really want that. And like the pig decides to die. In fact, Paul in the book in the Bible says one thing that I do is to die to self. I no longer I that liveth, but Christ